Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Faizan Sheikh and today we are going to continue with our Adobe Commerce series. This is a part 3 of our Adobe Commerce series, that is installing Magento using our GitHub repo. In the previous video we saw how we can install Magento using Composer. Now in this video we will see how we can clone the GitHub repo and then we can install it in our local system. So let's just get into it. Now, before we move ahead with our GitHub repo installation, let's just take a look at where we left in the previous video. We tried to log in into the admin panel and we got one error. So let's just try to log in admin123. Yeah. So if you see, we got an error, something like failed to send the message, please contact the administrator. You need to configure two-factor authorization. So by default, the module for two-factor authorization, it is enabled in Magento, and in order to log in into our system, we need to disable it. So let's just see how we can disable that module. Let's just go cd where www html magento composer. Now if you do php bin magento, you remember this is an executable file bin magento list. It will we need to give permission sudo chmod 777 -r where permission generated permission of static of media. Now if we do bin magento list, you will see the list of inbuilt commands that Magento provide. You can go through it. The command that we are looking is in the module section. We will see the module status. It will display status of all the modules. So it's pretty simple. PHP bin Magento module status. And likewise, we can either enable that module or disable that module, or we can uninstall or we can check the status. So yeah, if you see, there are no modules that are disabled and all the modules, they are enabled by default. And the module that we are looking to disable is the two-factor authorization module. That is this one, Magento two-factor auth. So let's just disable it. Bin Magento module disable. Like we check the status of the module, the same command, just replace the status with disable. And we will disable Magento two-factor authorization, this one. Now if you see, the module have been disabled and generate class is created successfully. We can run the di compile command to generate the class again. For this I think it is not needed. So if we check the module status again, it should be present in the list of disabled modules, and then we will be able to log in to our admin panel. So if you see, this is the list of disabled modules, Magento two-factor auth. And now if we just refresh it, we should be able to log into the admin panel of Magento. Let's just wait for a while. Yeah, I will not allow it. So this is the admin panel of Magento, admin section. We can go ahead and clear the cache. This is something you can explore. I'm pretty sure the developers are already acquainted with it, so I don't need to go into the depths of it. But if there is any need, we will see it through development part. So this completes our Magento installation for Composer. Now let's just jump into the GitHub installation. So all things are pretty much same. Just instead of creating a project through Composer, we will just clone it to the GitHub, and all the Apache configuration, everything remains exactly the same. So let's just go to Magento GitHub. Like I said, 2.4 develop is the latest active branch for development of version 2.4.x in Magento. So that is the default branch that we will get. Let's just clone it. Git clone this URL. So it will by default clone into Magento 2. In the meanwhile, we can just quickly do all the things that we did for the first installation. I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible because the installation steps all are same. We just need to change some parameters over here. So we'll take a look. First of all, the base parameter, it was Magento C for Composer. Let's do Magento G for GitHub. Apart from that, we had added an additional parameter frontend backend frontend is equals to admin. So it gave us the URL for admin, this one. Now let's just remove this and see what happens. I will simply remove it. And apart from that, I need to configure it in this URL in our etc host file, sudo vi etc host. I think I will just copy and paste it, Magento G, because why not. Apart from that, we also need to add the entry in our Apache configuration the same way we have added for our Composer installation. So let's just go to cd etc Apache 2 sites available ls sudo vi 00 default.conf, and I will simply yank these lines. Let's just count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 7 yy, and I will paste it. So things are pretty much same. There's nothing additional that we need to do. We'll just change the server name, and we will also change the path. It is now Magento 2. Same thing goes for this one. It is Magento 2. Allow override all, and that's it. Now we will do sudo service Apache 2 restart. So I think that is done from the configuration part. Let's just see. It is still receiving. It's almost done. Apart from that, I think we also need to create a database, right? We will create a new database by the name Magento G, because again, why not? I remember the famous dialogue of welcome. आजकल तो बिस्किट को भी पार्ले जी बोलते हैं, फिर ये तो मोजेंटो है. So yeah, I will just copy it. Let's just go ahead and firstly let's go to Magento 2. And now since this is a GitHub repo, vendor directory will not be cloned automatically. So we will need to do composer install. It will install all the requirements. In the meanwhile, we will log into our MySQL database. Show databases. And if you see, we already have a database by the name Magento C. We will create a new one for our GitHub repo. Create database Magento G, and Magento G is created with all due respect. And yeah, this is also done. Now we will need to execute the command to install Magento. So this is it. In this case, we have not added the admin URL, and we'll see what happens. So in the meanwhile, this gets installed. Let's just have a quick overview of what the admin panel looks like. So just for the sake, so we have catalog where we can create products or categories that will be reflected in the front end. So by default, it does not have anything. We can create, or we can also, for the development point of view, we will create another video, probably the next video, where we will install sample data so that we can play with that sample data. So it's pretty simple. We will the further development that we will be doing, it will be in our GitHub repo, so that I will be committing the code to the GitHub and module wise. So whatever development is there, that is already available, that will be available in the GitHub in future, so that we can refer it. Yeah, so basically there is a default category. There's nothing created. We can add subcategories. We have customers where we can see all the customers. There will be none at the moment. And yeah, I think we can explore it, but let's see. So it is done. Now if you look at it, the admin URL is admin underscore and some random name is given. So this is because we have removed that parameter of backend front name. However, we can again change it if we want. So it's very simple to change. So all the things that are configured, it is being saved in the env.php file, and that is located in vi app etc env.php. Now if you see over here, the backend front name, it is admin something like this. Let's just first access our instance magento g dot local. Let's see. So it is not working. magento magento g dot local. I think because we have missed the permission. Yeah, so we will be need to give permission like we did. So let's just move into kickstart installation. Sudo for like I also mentioned in the previous video, for the files and for the directory. Apart from that, we will need to change the owner to www data. This happened the previous time as well. Control C. And apart from that, we will need to give executable. And now if we try to reload this, it takes some time in the first load up. After that it is cached, so it's pretty much faster. So yeah, this is our installation of Magento using GitHub. Now if we see for the admin URL, it's going to show as not found because obviously we didn't configure it while installing. So we need to access it using this one, Control Shift C, Control V. And this is how we access our admin panel. So that is it from this video. In the next video, we will install some sample data so that we can play with that data, and then we will actually get into the development of Magento. So thanks for watching this video. Do like, share and subscribe, and see you in the next video.